Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shannon and I'm so glad to have you all back here for another video. Now today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be doing a restaurant review. So I got the privilege to go to this restaurant twice, once for my birthday and once after that I took my best friend for her birthday. It's a really amazing restaurant here in the Sydney CBD and it is called Nell. Now, Nell is a very, very special restaurant, I would like to say. They do degustation menus throughout the year and they change maybe 3 to 4 times during that period, which is really unique and very different from most restaurants that do degustations and a la carte. But this restaurant predominantly just does degustations and that's it. Now, all these degustations are changed throughout the year and they all have different themes. Now, the themed dinner that I went to was called Once Upon a Time Part 2. Now, when Nell says that they do an unforgettable dining experience, they are not wrong. This place is beyond anything that you could ever think of food-wise, and the experience and the atmosphere that you get from Nell is unlike any other. Now, I'm going to go through the menu that I had and talk about the little different things that happen, and if you're lucky enough to get there, this menu does end relatively soon. I'm pretty sure at the end of, or close to, in the next few weeks it will close, and then the new menu that will be the Christmas dining menu will come in. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. So when you first get to Nell, you come to a door and then you walk down the stairs and you get greeted into this really open, kind of factory style room. It's quite small, but the atmosphere that you feel in this restaurant and in this space is so amazing and warm, and you can see all the chefs in the kitchen, and then there's your tables just in front and then a bar where you walk in. So it's quite small, but it's really quaint and it's just such a fun and friendly atmosphere, and all of the servers that work at Nell are beyond amazing. They know their stuff, they know their wine, they know everything. Their customer service is just exceptional, and you are paying for this experience. You are paying for this customer service. You are paying to have a great and unique dining experience, and that's exactly what you get at Nell. So they do have a few Disney cocktails that they have during this time as well. I didn't have any of those, as their cocktails weren't really up my alley. I'm not really I'm not really a gin drinker, and most of the signature cocktails that they had for the Disney menu were gin based, but they did look amazing. My mum did have one when we went there for my birthday, and she said that it was absolutely amazing and she really enjoyed it. So it's just something to look forward to if you do like the themed drinks. They do have those as well. Now, just to add that the dining menu is 135 Australian dollars per person. Now, I know that sounds really steep for a dinner, but you are getting 11 courses during this meal, and the courses and the dishes are so perfectly on point and on theme. It is insane. Like, I didn't expect anything really. I came in with no surprises, no spoilers. I did see a few photos on their Instagram account, which I will link in the description below, and also link their website if you are looking to go. It's mind-blowing how amazing this food is. So it was really, really fun, my experience. So the first dish, hold on, I'm gonna pop photos for you so that you can see what the different foods look like. So I'm gonna pop those here somewhere. And then if I am looking over, I am just looking over at my notes. So, like I said, the degustation dining menu is $135. Now, you can pair that with 3 different options. So you can get non-alcoholic pairings, which is an additional $99 per person. Then you can get the matched alcoholic pairings, which are an extra $105, and then you do have the third option, which is the premium alcoholic beverages, and that's $165 on top. Now, with these pairings, I did the pairings, the alcoholic, just the base pairings, on the first time I went, and they were really good. Like what they do with their pairings is that they will source the alcohol or the wine or whatever spirit that they're pairing the food with, and they will go out of their way to either have the only barrel or buy the whole barrel of whatever drink that they're looking to pair with, just so that they can be the exclusive owners of that pairing. So just say, like for an example, there was a blue wine that they had created with a vineyard just for this menu, so they had bought the whole case and cask of that wine. Now, so that just gives them more opportunity to be like, well, you're going to have this, you know, this once-off wine, and you will never ever have it again, or you'll never see it again. You can't buy it in stores, you can't buy it from your bottle-o, you can't buy it elsewhere, you can't find it online. It was predominantly an exclusive to Nell, which makes the Nell dining experience so much more fun and exciting when you do get to try these amazing wines and amazing, like the amazing things that come out of Nell, and it's insane. It's insane. Let me just say it's insane. Okay, so the first few items that we got were just little finger food, and you just ate them with your fingers. So the first one, which is here, it is called Eat Me. Now, you opened it up like a storybook from Alice in Wonderland, and the cookie has Eat Me on it, which is super cute, really cute, and this just highlighted and just started the meal so perfectly. Now, there is Disney music going on in the background of Nell, which just amplifies what's happening in front of you and what's on the table, and it's just one of those things that just keeps adding to your dining experience. So that was the first one. The second one after that was called Dragonfire. Now, this was crazy. It came out in this little box, as you can see, and it is all black. Now, that little morsel in the middle are 2 blackened dumplings that Mushu has blackened with his Dragonfire, and they have placed that on the table in front of you. Now, this was awesome. It was a pork and prawn dumpling, and it was just so delicious. And, you know, as they're telling you the little stories, that just makes it all worth more while for you and for your inner Disney to come out and just enjoy what's happening around you. So, the third dish that we had was called Runaway to the Circus. Now, that was a little cup that you can see here. It's very circus themed. It was filled with peanuts, and then at the top there was just some 2 crispy satay chicken wings. Now, these were the most crispiest wings I've ever had. Like, you could hear the crunch. It was just everything that you want out of a wing, especially a satay wing. It was just really, really delicious, and you could just sit there and just eat if you wanted to. Like, you just wanted to keep going back for more, but sadly there was only 1 wing per person. So after that, the last of the first sort of small dishes that came out was called You Shall Go to the Ball. Now, that's obviously a Cinderella reference, and it came in this pumpkin. Like, this was so cool. When this came down at the table, you immediately knew what was going on, and you can see the pumpkin bread and the pumpkin butter on the side. Now, I've never had pumpkin bread or a pumpkin butter before, but this was so good. So good. It tasted super, super creamy, super rich. It was light and fluffy. The butter was just so good, and together was like the perfect pairing and the perfect end to these little like snack foods before our main dishes started arriving on the table. Now, the first one that's on the screen now is called Bambi and Thumper, which obviously you can tell it's quite dark when we think about it, because we're eating Bambi and Thumper on the plate. But in saying that, they created this dish that was so, I couldn't even pinpoint how, like, the earthiness of the food that we were eating just made it taste, it was so good. Just created this like really earthy, woody vibe taste, and coming out on the wooden plate as well, like a tree trunk, made it so much more nicer. And this dish was just something that you would never just go out and buy, or you would never make this. It's something that, you know, not a lot of places have either. So tasting these foods and these flavors that you would never really have makes the experience so much more worth it, I feel, for me anyway. I love trying new foods, and I love being able to go out and taste things that I would never normally taste in my everyday life, Monday to Friday life, or even on the weekends, because I wouldn't just go to a restaurant and order like rabbit or order deer or venison. No. So it's just one of those things that when you go to this restaurant, you will be tasting new and exciting foods that you've never had before, and you get to experience it firsthand, which makes it almost worthwhile. So the next dish after that was called Steal from the Rich, Give to the Poor, and it was this amazing soup. Now, I love soups. I think that they're such a morsel of just goodness. This was just elevated, just an elevated soup. There wasn't too much in this soup. It was some potatoes, some onion. It was kind of like a peasant soup, but the highlight of this dish was when you got your bowl, the soup was being poured by the server, and what was in the bowl were these little golden nuggets that melted away when the soup got poured in. And as they dissipated, you could see the gold powder and like the edible gold that was in those little morsels of goodness just melt away into the soup, which was the gold being taken away and melted away into the peasant soup. And it was so good. This soup was so good. It was one of my favorite dishes, and I know it's like, oh, it's just a soup, but it was just so good. After that, we had another dark, actually a few of these dishes are quite dark. So this one was called Just Keep Swimming. Yes, it is dory. It was so nice. I really like seafood dishes. Now with this dish, you can choose to have caviar on top as an additional extra. I think that was around $18 per person if you chose to have that option. I chose to have that option. I really like caviar. So it was just a really, really good dish. Really good dish. The fish was amazing. Everything else just flowed really well. This was the dish that came with the blue wine, so that you can see in the photo. And yeah, it was really nice. Really nice. The last of the main course dishes was called Donald a Patty. Hey guys, just Shannon editing. I totally forgot to talk about a whole dish in my video. So here I am. So this dish was the first part of Donald a Patty, and it is a crispy confit duck ball with some spicy mayo. Now this dish was really nice, super crispy, super fun, just really good. And it was a really good starter to the duck main part of the dish, which will be coming up next. So it is a duck à l'orange. If you've ever had that before, it was really good. The duck was prepared perfectly, cooked perfectly. There was a little like potato stack on the side and some veggies. The sauce for this was just amazing. I can't tell you how good this food is. I'm gonna say that. I could be a game. Just take a shot every time I say amazing or good, because you're going to be on the floor. So after that, then the desserts started coming. Now there were 3 different desserts in this menu. The first one is this one here. It is our good friend Olaf. It is called the Melted Snowman. Now this was so nice. It was kind of like a palate cleansing dish. So there was, I think it was black garlic ice cream, there was some yogurt, some little chocolate nibs, and then there was a cake ball in the middle. Now this was so, I really like palate cleansers, and this is just a fun way to bring it into a dining menu. It was fun, it was cute, it was, everyone knows who Olaf is. This was just like the perfect moment of when, you know, Olaf is, you know, talking about how much he loves summer, and then you just see him in your, like, you see him as a puddle, and this is what you see. Like, this is the image that you get when you think of Olaf as a puddle. They created this dish so amazingly. It was just such a cute way to show Olaf and just show a really good dessert, a really good starting dessert for what was to come. So after this, we had roses are red, beasts are blue. Now, before this dish came out, they did come and put the rose on our table as a little table setting, which just made the evening, and, you know, it just concluded what we had just, you know, been through and what we had just dined and ate. And the whole experience up until that point, it just made it so worth it. They bring out the rose, you see it on your table, you know the good is, you know, still about to come, but it is coming to an end. And then they bring out your plate for the dessert, which is here. And before that, the server will come over and there will be some dry ice and some rose petals. He will pull that together, and then he will pop that on top of your dessert, and it just concludes the night. It is such a good dish. It is all like rose based. There is some sorbet, some jelly, some cake. It's such a nice light dessert, which I really like. I don't really like too much heavy desserts or really heavy chocolatey desserts, whereas this was very floral, very fun and light. Very crisp as well with the rose petals and the dry ice. Other than that, that was probably one of the best desserts I've probably ever had in my life at a type of restaurant like this. And then after that, we just got these really cute little, I don't even know what they were, just these little like pastry cups. I think they either had, they were called Imagination, and it came on this really cute Peter Pan clock plate, which I love Peter Pan, and that was just like the highlight of my night when that plate came out. It just, you know, resonated with you and it brought you back all those memories of watching Disney when you were a little kid. These were really good too, and when it is someone's birthday, like it was when I went, they put a little sparkler in that one for you, and they'll bring it to your table and either say, you know, happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, they will come over and celebrate that with you. So that was all of the dishes. Now, overall, I really liked this place. I love Nell so much. I think it is such a fun, new way of dining as well. I'd really never been to a place that just does degustations, whereas I have been to other restaurants that do both. So this was completely a new territory for me. This place is really nice. The staff there, I could not thank enough. They are so lovely, hence why I went back or took my best friend for her birthday, and she absolutely loved it. She loved the drinks, she loved the food. I mean, she's not really a big seafood fan, so she didn't really like the Just Keep Swimming dish, but I ended up eating that one for her. But she had the greatest time, and the staff there just make the night. They go above and beyond for anything. You know, you will talk about, like I am today, and telling all of you how good this dining restaurant is, and they just kill it. They kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. I cannot wait to go back for Christmas, because I already know that I will be going back for Christmas. I will be taking a lot of my friends there for Christmas, because it is just such a fun and exciting place. The price, I understand, is quite high, but when you really think about it, you are paying for the experience. You are paying for this high quality, high-end food, high-end dining. Yes, I do understand. It is a little bit pricey, but is it worth it? Yes, it is so worth it. If you are or do have any allergies, they will apply those. So if you are vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, lactose intolerant, and also nut-free, they will cater. So you will just need to let them know, and they will be able to assist, which is amazing as well, which means no one misses out and everyone has a great time. Yeah. So overall, Nell is amazing. You all need to go check it out, or if you can't, please enjoy this video. If you did like it, please give me a like. Let me know in the comments if you have any restaurants in Sydney to review. I'm more than happy to go to places that, you know, a lot of people can't get to. If you want to see those. If you want me to take you along, I am more than welcome to do that as well. Just for this first video, I didn't want to be filming when I first went. I really just wanted to experience it for myself, but I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this video. Please leave me a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and thank you guys for watching. It has been a great one, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks guys, see you later.